Welcome to a new session at Graduate Guru. We will continue with the topic Banking Companies Accounts. So let's do question 12. Last session also we did a sum on balance sheet and this question 12 is also on balance sheet. So let us read the sum first, and as we are reading, we will mark what schedules what amount will go in. From the given trial balance and additional information, prepare a balance sheet with relevant schedules for Harmony Bank Limited as on 31st March 2020. So first we have a list of debit balances. First one is current accounts. ये वो accounts नहीं है जो customers हमारे साथ maintain करते हैं, that will be on the credit side. But these are current accounts, means they are recoverable from the customer. So जहाँ पर बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट जैसे है, जहाँ पर नेगेटिव बैलेंस हम दिखाते हैं बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट, हमारे लिए वो नेगेटिव बैलेंस होता है, बैंक के लिए वो एक एसेट बन जाता है. So this is that amount. It will go in schedule number 9. Cash credits, again, that will also be schedule 9. It's a part of your advance given to the customers. Cash in hand, वो हम दिखाएंगे schedule 6 में, that is cash and balance with RBI में. Cash with RBI is given separate, again that is also schedule 6. Cash with other banks. These are the accounts which this bank is having with other banks. So, इनका account खुला हुआ है in the other bank, which is in schedule number 7. Money at call and short notice, that is also in schedule 7. Gold एक investment होता है for the bank, so that will be schedule 8. Then we have government securities, which is again schedule 8, it's an investment for the bank. Premises और furniture जो है, दोनों amounts will be fixed assets, so that will be schedule 10. Term loans will be in schedule 9, that is again given to the customers, that is the clients, as a advance. Then on the credit side, we have share capital. यहाँ पर they have given us the details, 11,88,000 shares of rupees 10 each. So this amount will go to our schedule number 1, capital. Statutory reserve, any type of reserves go to our reserves and surplus schedule, which is schedule 2. So statutory reserve, profit for the year and P&L account opening balance, that is also in reserves and surplus. Fixed deposit account, savings deposit account, ये दोनों schedule 3 में जाएंगे, that is the deposits. These are deposits of the customers with the bank. Current accounts also will come under that only. Bills payable will be schedule number 5, that is other liabilities. Borrowings from other banks, ये एक अलग ही schedule होता है, which is schedule 4. Then in other information we have bills for collection, जो हम बैलेंस शीट में नीचे दिखाते हैं आफ्टर कंटिंजेंट लायबिलिटीज. एडवांसेस एंड एंडोर्समेंट्स, दिस इज अ कंटिंजेंट लायबिलिटी जो हमारे शेड्यूल 12 में आएगा. क्लेम्स अगेंस्ट द बैंक नॉट एक्नॉलेज्ड एज डेट, अगेन दिस इज ऑल्सो अ कंटिंजेंट लायबिलिटी, इट विल गो टू शेड्यूल 12. डेप्रीसिएशन इज टू बी प्रोवाइडेड एज फॉलोज. सो यहाँ पर वी ऑलरेडी हैव अ टैलीड ट्रायल बैलेंस जहां पर प्रॉफिट फिगर इज ऑलरेडी कैलकुलेटेड. So that means ये जो depreciation दिया है, that is already considered. Depreciation के बाद ही हम profit calculate कर सकते हैं. So ये depreciation already subtracted है to find the profit. So हम इसका adjustment कैसे दिखाएंगे in our schedule of fixed assets, which is schedule 10, that I'll show you when we do that schedule. 50% of the term loans are secured by government and 10% of cash credit is unsecured. So जो हमारे advances हैं, उसमें we have to show a breakup that how much is secured, how much is unsecured. So this is only for that purpose. ये हम कहीं भी plus minus नहीं करेंगे. This is just an additional disclosure in that particular schedule of advances, that is schedule 9. And also calculate cash reserves required and the statutory liquid reserve required, given that cash reserve required is 3% of demand and time liabilities and liquid reserve required is 30% of demand and time liabilities. So this is something new in this sum. ये जो reserves हैं, because bank is dealing with the money of the public. So they have to keep some additional cash कि अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है तो they should have enough cash to pay off their clients or customers. So इसके लिए the Banking Act says that they have to maintain some reserves. So यहाँ पर we are going to calculate these reserves and we are going to see how they will be affected in our balance sheet. So let us begin with the sum. As usual, I have prepared the format which remains the same all the time. Schedules are also the same. So we will start with our schedule number 1, which is for capital. As I said, all our banks come in the category of non-government Indian banks. And we don't know the breakup of authorized, issued, etc. So again, we will write all of that together. Authorized, issued, subscribed and called up. और यहाँ पर we know the number of shares. So we are going to write down that information which is given. 11,88,000 shares of rupees 10 each. So the amount which is given to us is 118.80. This is again in lakhs. हमें यहाँ पर thousands में लिखना है, so I'll remove that point और वो point के बदले I'll put a comma. So 118.80 और एक comma यहाँ भी आ जाएगा. So this is how you write your amounts when you are writing in thousand. हम 3 नंबर के पहले कॉमा नहीं डालते हैं. We put the comma before 2 numbers, okay? Because already यहाँ पर 3 और 0 इसके बाद है. So we'll take this amount to our balance sheet. 11880. Our second schedule is for reserves and surplus. इसमें first is our statutory reserve. So in our statutory reserve, even though they don't specify in the adjustment कि हमें कितना ट्रांसफर करना है, still we have to transfer 20% of the profit for the year by default to statutory reserve. So पहले we will write down our opening balance. Opening balance is given as 138.60. So I'll put that in the inner column. And plus transfer. And as I said, transfer will be 20% of your current year's profit. अब यहाँ पर current year's profit for the year है 90 lakhs. So that is 9,000. So उसका 20% we are going to transfer. So I'm writing 90 into 20%, which will give me my amount in lakhs. And then we'll convert it to our thousands. So we have 18 lakhs over here, which we will write as 1800. So let's add these two. 138.60 plus 1800. We will get 15660. So ये हो गया हमारा statutory reserve. Then we have P&L account. यहाँ पर भी we have opening balance. So पहले opening balance means जो opening दिया है यहाँ पर in the trial balance itself 247.20. To this I will add the profit for the year. And our profit for the year is 90 lakhs है. So that is 90, 100, thousands. पहले हम इसका total ले लेते हैं in the inner column itself. So 247.20 plus 90, 100, that will give us 337.20. And from this we subtract, ये जो transfer है, this is transfer from P&L. So minus transfer to statutory reserve, which we have calculated as 1800,000. And after subtracting, we'll take the amount outside, which is 319.20. Okay. Other than this, we don't have any other reserves in our question. So let's take a total of these two. So 156.60 plus 319.20 gives us 475.80. And this we'll take to our balance sheet. After this, we make our third schedule for the deposits. So in deposits, we have first demand deposits. So in our demand deposits, they have given us 31207. This is nothing but the current account balances of the customers. Then we have savings deposits. And our savings deposit is 270 lakhs, which we will write as 27000. And finally, we have term deposits. And term deposits is nothing but the fixed deposits of the public. So that is 31020. So let's take a total of that. So 31207 plus 27000 plus 31020, we get 89227. Again, we can show a breakup over here, deposits with Indian branches and deposits with branches outside India. Amount same rahega. This total will come in the Indian branches wala head only, because we don't know the breakup of foreign branches. So I'm not going to write that. We'll directly take this to the balance sheet. 89227. Then we go to borrowings. And we have borrowings from other banks. So our borrowings from other banks is 66 lakhs, which we will write as 66,00. There is nothing else in this schedule. So let's take that to our balance sheet. And then we have other liabilities and provisions. In other liabilities and provisions, we just have bills payable this time, और कोई provision नहीं है. Depreciation which is mentioned, वो already लिया हुआ है depreciation, accounted for it. So हम यहाँ पर सिर्फ bills payable दिखाएंगे. Depreciation adjustment we'll do in the fixed asset schedule. So bills payable is 6,000. Okay. So we will take that also to our balance sheet. So this is the liability side. Now we have to start with the asset side. Asset side mein first one is schedule 6, cash and balance with RBI. So let us do that. So in this sum, we have both the amounts, that is cash also and balance with RBI. But जो balance with RBI है, to calculate that, we are going to use our adjustment जो हमें time और demand liabilities पर जो reserves create करने हैं, that is going to affect our this amount over here. So पहले let us write down the cash in hand which is given. And the cash in hand is 96,09. And then we want to find out the balance with RBI. For this balance with RBI, we'll do a working note. So the bank has to maintain a cash reserve with RBI. They cannot have that cash with themselves. वो जो cash reserve है, that has to be kept with RBI. So यहाँ पर if we see our last adjustment, it says that cash reserve required is 3% of demand and time liabilities. Now our demand and time liabilities are nothing but these deposits which we have over here. Okay, so ये 3 deposits का जो total है, these are our demand and time liabilities. ये amounts हमें public को वापस देने हैं. These are the amounts which the public has kept in our bank. So इस amount को वापस देने के लिए I have to maintain a reserve. So first let us write down required. And they have said that required is 3% of demand and time liabilities. So that is 3% of, as I said, the total of these deposits, which is 89227. So let us calculate that. 89227 into 3%, we get 2676.81. So I am going to round it off because already हम यहाँ पर thousands में लिख रहे हैं. So again, writing it further in points does not make sense. So 2676.81 को I will write as 2677. This is how we will write it. So this is in thousands. So 2677,000 is the amount required for RBI. Now let us see what is the actual amount with RBI. Actual amount with RBI, that is the amount which is given to us in the sum. So in the sum, cash with RBI is 22.73. That is 2273. So हमें रखना है इतना amount with RBI, पर हमने सिर्फ इतना ही amount रखा है. So the difference we will now have to transfer. So difference to be transferred from other banks to RBI. हमें RBI में maintain करना है balance of 2677, but we just now only have a balance of 2273. So हमारे जो दूसरे banks में account है, वहां पर जो cash है, we will transfer the amount from that place to RBI. Okay, so that the balance is maintained at 3%, which is required. So 2677 minus 2273, that will be 404. So 404,000 हमें transfer करना है. So just now what I have over here, balance with RBI, I am going to take this amount in my balance sheet because ये mandatory amount है जो RBI में होना ही चाहिए. So I have already shown you that this difference later we will transfer from the other bank. So यहाँ पर I'm going to show the required amount, which is 2677. So not the amount from the trial balance, पर जो हमने calculate किया है वो amount होना चाहिए in my reserve bank. So now let us take the total of these two. 9609 plus 2677, which is 12286. So this should be my cash in hand and the balance with RBI. So let us take that to our balance sheet. 12286. Now we have to continue with our schedule number 7. So first copy down these schedules and then we'll continue with the schedule 7. So now let us go to schedule number 7, balance with banks and money at call and short notice. Now here first we have to write balance with other banks. Now in the sum जो हमें balance with other banks दिया है, that is 9352, that is 93.52 lakhs, which we write as 93.52. पर if you see this working note again, इस working note में we have said that हमें other banks से RBI में transfer करना पड़ेगा amount, because RBI में हमारा amount कम था. So that is 4,04 we are going to transfer. So जो हमारा balance है 9352, from that I am going to subtract 404, क्योंकि ये 404 मैंने हमारे RBI के balance में add कर दिया था, right? So let us subtract this and find out what will be our balance. It will be 8948. So this is what we will have with other banks. So this adjustment was very important for this particular calculation, क्योंकि या हम आरबीआई में अमाउंट दिखाए या यहाँ दिखाए, आर बैलेंस शीट विल फाइनली टैली, पर जो इंटरनल अमाउंट है वो आपका गलत जाएगा. सो इफ दे हैव गिवन यू द कैश रिजर्व रेशियो, मेक श्योर यू डू द कैलकुलेशन, फाइंड आउट इफ आरबीआई में इनफ बैलेंस है. अगर यहाँ पर द एक्चुअल अमाउंट वाज मोर, तो हमें ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. I would have directly taken the actual amount to my balance with RBI in Schedule 6. यहाँ पर जो अमाउंट रहता वो वैसे का वैसे ही रहता, बट यहाँ पर द अमाउंट रिक्वायर्ड वाज मोर, एक्चुअल अमाउंट लेस था, इसीलिए हमें ये एडजस्टमेंट करना पड़ा. एंड द नेक्स्ट इज मनी एट कॉल. This is directly given in the question and we'll directly write it down as usual, which is 126.07. So let us take the total of this. 8948 plus 126.07. We get 21555. So this is our total of Schedule 7, which we'll take over here. 21555. Now let's go to our Schedule 8, which is investments. What do we have in investments? We have government securities and again we have gold. So first we will write government securities and then we will write others. Others mein we will say gold. So government securities is 6610 and gold is given as 3314. Let us take the total of this also. 6610 plus 3314. We get 9924. Let's bring that over here. 9924. Now, with your adjustment for cash reserve, there was another adjustment also. So let us read that. They've said cash reserve required is 3% of demand and time liabilities, जो हमने already consider कर दिया, and liquid reserve required is 30% of demand and time liabilities. So what that means is कि हमारी जो demand and time liabilities है, which was this same amount जो हमने यहाँ पर use किया था, 89227. This is our total of deposits. So उसका 30% should be in liquid assets. Now what are liquid assets? These first three assets are called liquid assets. Why are they liquid assets? क्योंकि हम इन्हें easily cash में convert कर सकते हैं. This is already almost cash क्योंकि ये RBI के साथ है cash और ये cash in hand है. This is also our accounts with the other banks जो हम कभी भी withdraw कर सकते हैं. So these are also liquid. और banks में जो investments वो करते हैं, those are always kept in those places जहाँ पर हम easily उसे sell करके cash में convert कर सकें. So these three assets are our liquid assets. और हमारा जो statutory liquid ratio है, that is 30% of demand and time liabilities, we will calculate that और हम check करेंगे if these three assets का जो total है, that is coming within that 30% bracket or not. So let us do that working for the statutory liquid ratio also. It's called SLR. Now they have said that SLR required is 30%. Again 30% of what? यही जो हमारा demand and time liabilities का total है. So 30% of 89227. So let us calculate that. 89227 into 30%. We will get 26768. So this is our statutory liquid ratio which is needed. इतने हमारे liquid assets होने चाहिए. Now what are the actual liquid assets? as I said, we will add the first three schedules of our assets, 6, 7 and 8. So I will write schedule 6 plus 7 plus 8. So let us take a total of these three. 12286, 21555 and 9924. So that is 43765. So यहाँ पर our actual liquid assets are more than what is required. So हमें यहाँ पर कोई adjustment नहीं करना है. In case we did not have enough, then we would have to create some more cash with RBI by maybe selling the investments or something. पर यहाँ पर we already have enough of our liquid assets. So this was just to check कि जो हमें SLR दिया है of 30%, are we falling within that category or not? Okay. So now let's continue with our schedule number 9, which is advances. So in our advances, we first write bills purchased and discounted. But is sum mein we don't have any amount, so I'll put a dash. To complete our schedule, we need to write it down. Then we have our cash credits, overdrafts, and other advances. So यहाँ पर in the beginning in the debit side column we had current accounts and cash credits जो मैंने आपको बताया था will go in your advances schedule. These are the advances which we have given to the customers. So our current account is 1680 and our cash credits is 487.26. So let's take a total of that. 1680 plus 487.26. It will give us 504.06. और इसके अलावा we also have term loans. जो loans हम customers को देते हैं. How we take a loan from the bank. So all those loans will be shown by the bank over here in this schedule. So term loans are 475.73. So let's take a total of that. So 504.06 plus 475.73. We will have 979.79. Now here we have this total, but we have to show a breakup about how much is secured and how much is unsecured. So हमारे adjustment में they have given us some information about that. So they have said 50% of the term loans, ये जो term loans हमने लिखा है, उसका 50% is secured by government guarantee and 10% of cash credit. So cash credit का हमारा amount is this one, 48726. उसका 10% is unsecured. So we will first write secured by assets, secured by government guarantee, and we will have unsecured. So जो government guarantee है, that is on the term loan, 47573 का 50%. So let us calculate that. 47573 into 50% is 23786.5, which I will write as 787. I will round it off. और जो 10% है वो unsecured है, that is in cash credit. Cash credit is this amount, 48726. उसका 10% will be 4873. So this is unsecured और जो balance है वो जाएगा secured by assets में. So my total will remain the same, that is 97979. And I will subtract these two amounts to get our balancing figure. So minus 23787 and minus 4873. So we get 69319. I'll circle it so that we know that this is the balancing figure. और total यही रहेगा 97979, which I'll take to my balance sheet. Okay. Now let's go to our next schedule, which is for fixed assets. Now in fixed assets, we have two things. We have premises and furniture. So in premises, we will have opening balance minus depreciation. And in furniture also, we will have opening balance minus depreciation. यहाँ पर in the trial balance the amount that we have is already after depreciation. I told you कि यहाँ पर we already have the profit figure. Profit हमें कब मिलेगा? When we provide all the expenses including depreciation. So that is why जो amount हमें दिया है, that is our final balance. So in premises it is 9342 and in furniture it is 4207. Now they have given us depreciation figures in the adjustment. So वो हम यहाँ पर लिख देंगे for depreciation. So 47 for furniture and for premises it is 66. Now we are working backwards. So opening balance minus depreciation gives me closing balance. So अगर closing balance में I add back the depreciation, मुझे मिल जाएगा opening balance. So let us add. So 9342 plus 66. So हमारा opening balance actually होना चाहिए 9408. I'll again circulate so you know that this is what we have calculated. And 4207 plus 47 will give us 4254. Okay. So these are just amounts which we have found out. इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है because eventually यही amount का total will go to our balance sheet. So let us find the total. So we have 9342 plus 4207, which is 13549. Let us take that to our balance sheet. So that's our total of the fixed assets. Other assets यहाँ पर इस sum में कुछ भी नहीं है. So we are going to put a dash. I don't need to make a schedule जब amount ही नहीं है तो. So now let us take our balance sheet total first and then we will see contingent liabilities. So 11880 plus 47580 plus 89227 plus 6600 and plus 6. Our total of liabilities is 155293. Let us do our assets also. So in assets we have 12286 plus 21555, 9924, 97979 and 13549, which is matching 155293. Okay, so our balance sheet is complete. Now we just have to show these two things which are outside the balance sheet. So pehle let's do contingent liabilities. So we have a list given in contingent liabilities which is in adjustments. So pehle we have claims which are not acknowledged as debts. And the amount for that is 33. And then we have advances and acceptances and endorsements. And the amount for that is 847. Let's take a total of that. 847 plus 33, we get 880. Let us take that to our balance sheet. That is below the balance sheet. And finally, we have an amount for bills for collection. We have the amount as 1086, again given in our adjustments. And these amounts are not taken anywhere as a total. So this is how you complete your balance sheet. So I hope you have understood this properly. Please take down this, including the balance sheet. So that's it for this session. Please go through the format again. Keep on revising your format and remember what amounts go in which schedule. Also in this sum, we did the adjustment about the demand and time liabilities, the cash reserve ratio and the statutory liquid ratio. So go through that adjustment also. So that's it for this session. Thank you.